Here's help. What is your most valuable personal quality? Suppose someone asked you, what is your most valuable personal quality? What personal quality do you now have which is most valuable to you? What is the most valuable personal quality which you can acquire? Thomas Huxley, the great English scientist, stated, the most valuable trait that you can acquire is the ability to make yourself do the thing you have to do, when it ought to be done, whether you like it or not. That is the most valuable personal quality. That personal quality is the true test of character. It distinguishes the wills from the wants. It is a definite requirement for success. You cannot succeed unless you can make yourself do those three things. 1. Do the thing you have to do. 2. Do it when it ought to be done. 3. Do it whether you like it or not. If you could probe deeply into the personal qualities, or lack of them, among all of life's failures, you would find that 1. They failed because they did not make themselves do the things they had to do in order to succeed. 2. Or they failed because they did not make themselves do what they had to do, when it ought to have been done, in order to succeed. 3. Or they failed because they did not make themselves do what they had to do, when it ought to have been done, because they did not feel like doing it. Failures usually blame others or conditions, even fate, for their failures when the almost certain reason for their failures is the clearly obvious fact that they failed to make themselves do 1, 2 or all 3 of the simple requirements of success stated at the beginning of this chapter. Because success is so easy and failure is so tragic, it seems incredible that anyone would deliberately choose to fail. Yet, people deliberately choose to fail when they will not even bother to obtain and use proven success methods which would assure their success. They do not do what they have to do in order to succeed. And people deliberately choose to fail when they hesitate, delay and wait to obtain and use proven success methods which would enable them to begin succeeding at once. They do not do what they have to do, when they ought to do it, which is now. Why? Here's why. For one insufficient excuse or another, they just don't feel like doing what they have to do, when they ought to do it. What should you do when you just don't feel like doing what you have to do, when you ought to do it? Do as scientist Thomas Huxley advised. Acquire the ability to make yourself do it. That is the most valuable personal quality. Without it you are doomed to failure. With it you are certain to succeed. Success is just as simple as that.